The events in this story are intensifying as Kafka transforms into his new guise after reconciling with his past self. What kind of power could this newfound form possess? Will this finally be enough to match the extraordinary Daikaiju of the Meiriki era? Let's find out. We continue the story in chapter 121. Shock was evident on the faces of Mina, Hashina, and the people in the control room when they witnessed this, while Narumi smirked because he had foreseen this would happen. Kurusu shouted that Kaiju No. 8 was changing shape. He was perplexed by the wave forms he was seeing because they indicated neither kaiju nor human signatures. It was a completely unknown form. Here we're shown Kafka's new appearance, which now has eyes on his horns, and spines growing from his back similar to Godzilla's. Another assistant there shouted that they couldn't measure its fortitude, leading Keiji to realize this meant it exceeded level 10 and couldn't be neutralized by their current technology. He said that they had entered a domain where measuring fortitudes became meaningless because the mere emergence of such beings signaled the end of human civilization. And they now had not just one, but two kaiju of that nature. He added that if No. 8 were their enemy, humanity would surely be finished. Suddenly, Kafka apologized to his companions, catching their attention. He picked up the drones around him and, like a child who had broken something, explained that the shockwaves from his transformation had caused two drones to break. He fell silent then, while those in the control room were also speechless because he managed to apologize for something so trivial while in a life-or-death situation. When Mina heard this, her eyes widened briefly before breaking into a smile. Afterward, Kafka slapped his face to regain his composure while saying he had racked up this debt. He stood seriously and stared at the kaiju, adding that he'll be sure to work it off. Mina commented that this was definitely Kafka they were hearing. Keiji questioned what this form was, and Najizaka noted it was different from when he went berserk. The 3rd Division hadn't provided any data about this. Hashina struggled to believe what he was seeing, while Kafka mentally commented that he could see them. Next, we were shown the black substance surrounding Kafka on the ground. Kafka pointed out that these were emotions continuously gushing out, the resentment, hatred, regret, and rage of the souls that had merged with him. For No. 8, these served as an energy source, an inexhaustible pitch-black fuel. A powerful aura began emanating from his body, catching the Daikaiju's attention. When it observed him, it sensed countless samurai from the Meiriki era. Upon realizing what this was, the monster began laughing loudly like a madman, which confused Kurusu as to why it was doing so. The Daikaiju's laughter gradually ended, and after taking a deep breath, its muscles suddenly contracted, releasing an incredibly powerful aura that enveloped the entire surroundings, including the presence of numerous kaiju it had devoured throughout time. Then, it quickly charged at Kafka, and upon getting very close, delivered a Superman punch that solidly landed on his face. The impact of that punch was so powerful it caused destruction throughout the entire area, easily obliterating even the buildings. Mina, Hashina, and Narumi were forced to shield themselves from the flying debris, while Najizaka gritted his teeth at the intensity of this battle. The monster stared at Kafka after attacking, where Kafka hadn't even stepped back or flinched from the force of its attack, and he just ordered it to go to the transmission tower on the other side of the area because others would be caught up if they stayed there. The Daikaiju couldn't believe this and wondered how this was possible. Suddenly, Kafka punched it in the face with a right straight that shook its world, and with such force that it was easily thrown into a nearby building, destroying it. Afterward, Kafka commented that it seemed he needed to get started while loosening up his shoulder joints. And there you have it. So this is how powerful Kafka's new form is. He didn't even flinch slightly when he took the Daikaiju's punch. Even more impressive is how he sent it flying with just a right straight. Could this form really be the one to end the looming threat that is the Daikaiju of the Meiriki era? Let's find out in the next chapter.